friends, welcome to another day in the life of a type 1 diabetic vlog. I am now more used to my T-Slim and having a working pump, which is amazing. So I'm hoping I can share a bit more insight into my new life on a T-Slim. I completely forgot to start vlogging when I woke up this morning. It's not too late, it's only about 8:30 now. So we haven't missed too much of the day, but I'm just gonna show you the screen of my Libre to give you like a update on what's happened so far with my blood sugars. Okay, so as you can see, first thing to address is the 71% in target, which is really annoying because loads of it is actually just from this hypo that was last night. And then obviously I have this spike here. That was at lunch. It's really annoying because obviously like here you can see my blood sugars have been really good throughout the day yesterday. And normally I have my lunch routine down, but I had a meeting that ran over lunch. So my routine was a bit messed up, and so I didn't quite get the adjusted bolus right. And then last night, let's zoom in here. So I had a small rebound high after that hypo on my evening walk. And this rebound high, oh my goodness, that's horn. This rebound high was literally right as I was going to sleep, and as you can see, it's not very high. It was literally like 8.5. So what happened was I did a correction and it brought me down, and then it just went straight back up again. So what clever old me did was a rage bolus, but at this point I'd already been disturbed twice in my sleep, right at the very start of my sleep. So I turned off my alarms, and then obviously I did a rage bolus and went low. So my alarm didn't wake me up because I turned them off, and then my body woke me up naturally for the low at 5:15 in the morning, which was super annoying because I was going to be waking up at 6. So what I did was I just had half a sachet of fast acting dextrose at 5:15, and then when I woke up I was 7.1 with an arrow going directly up, and obviously I knew that was just from the fast acting dextrose that I'd had. When I woke up, I knew I was going to be going to the gym, and normally if I have like a flat line, or if I haven't just had a load of glucose before, I know exactly what I'm doing. I have a very good plan for the gym. If like then I have a 7.1 with a direct arrow going up, but I've also just had fast acting glucose, obviously then I play it a little bit by ear. I do still have a plan in place, but it's just more of a trial and see. So I had 1 unit of insulin with my pre-workout banana, which is what I would usually have if I was about 6 or 7. Obviously with the understanding that that direct arrow going up probably wasn't like going to be a long-lasting thing, because of that fast acting glucose from the low just before. So I kept an eye on it as I went to the gym. Halfway on my walk to the gym I was 5.1 with a steady arrow, which I knew wasn't going to last given that I had all of my insulin on board. So I did a temporary basal at 0%, and I had a couple of dextrose on the way to the gym. That was all good, didn't go low. I just kept an eye on my sugars. So once I reached about 6.6, I then turned off my temporary basal, had my basal running again. I scanned on the way back from the gym, I was 4.3, so I've come in, I have put my oats straight in the microwave, and I haven't done my breakfast insulin yet because obviously it's far too low to be doing a pre-bolus. So where we're at now is I'm going to go and stir my oats. I've just seen I have a low glucose alarm again, so I'm going to probably do my insulin halfway through eating. Right, halfway through breakfast. I appreciate that looks gross. I have a weird OCD about how I eat my oats in terms of like saving the right amount of chocolate, etc. But yeah, we're about halfway through, so it is time for the bolus. So we have bolus. My blood sugar right now, or I do the blood sugar from when I started eating, because you want to take into account what you were before you took on the carbs, because I'm going to be using the obviously how many carbs are in a full meal. Just give me a warning that I'm low. So then we have 52, I'm really sorry about this not focusing, 52 carbs, and it is recommending there 5.83 units. Now what I do is I split my bolus for breakfast. However, I don't actually use an extended bolus because I take my pump off after breakfast to shower, so then those units that are delivered when my pump is off obviously aren't delivered. So I do, when I'm low especially, I reduce it a bit more. So I'm going to do the initial bolus. So I'm going to do 4.5 up front, and then I just need to remember to take another unit later on. So yes, take, go. And so I just have it as a straight up bolus rather than an extended bolus, and I extend it manually myself. Something that I do, especially in the mornings when I'm really busy and I know I'm likely to forget, is I set my alarm, my high alarm, to 7. And that way, as soon as I hit 7, it will remind me to do that extra unit of insulin. I'm not considering 7 as high, it's just a way to remind me that when I hit that, I need to be doing my second dose. Morning, I'm in like a 2.5 hour training / meet conferencey type session, which I've got a 15-minute break. So I thought I'll come and just share with you something that I've been finding really useful during these types of meetings. I really struggle to concentrate in meetings where like you're not participating, you're just listening. Even if it's something that I'm really interested in, something that's really important for me, if I'm just being talked at, especially like remotely when you're not in person and you're just looking at your computer screen, I can't concentrate, like I can't do it. I zone out. Even if I put my phone in a different room, I start zoning out and I just think of random things in my head. So what I started doing is, if I find myself getting to that point, I just get up and I do some stretches, and I find if I'm doing something physical that doesn't require brain power, while I'm doing that, I actually concentrate on what's being said a lot more. So either I'll just get up and I will like walk with my laptop around the room, or I will just put my laptop on the table just there, and start doing stretches, just some like downward dog, some hamstring stretches, some back stretches. Also because at the moment I've been really bad at stretching in the gym and I really ache all of the time. I just don't have the time to stretch after my session. So I find doing it during these kind of sessions in meetings has been really helpful to get that stretching in, but also it keeps me focused. I've been doing this for a week now and I've actually listened to everything in all of my meetings, which is such a rarity for me. Like, it's bad because I really want to listen, my mind just cannot focus. So if you're struggling with that kind of issue, try stretching, moving, or even doing stuff like emptying the dishwasher. I've been doing that while I have a meeting going on, and I receive 100% of the information, which is great. But while we're in the break, let me just stand you up. I'm going to check my sugars and see where we're at. So you saw I did the correction dose at literally as soon as I got out of the shower. Actually, normally I would have a bigger gap between the initial dose and the remaining dose for my breakfast. But because I didn't have a pre-bolus this time, because I was low, I then have to squeeze those doses in a lot closer together. So I still do separate them, I just have them a lot closer. Normally it's like an hour to 45 minutes after I finish eating. I will then take that second part of my breakfast dose if I've done a pre-bolus. But if I haven't done a pre-bolus and I've done my bolus while eating or literally right before eating, I need that second dose a lot closer, otherwise I shoot up. So I'm just gonna get my phone so I can do my scan. Oh, I've got a high glucose alarm going off. Hopefully that hasn't been going on for too long. I don't think it has. Okay, cool. So 10.0. As you can see, like it came back down when I did that other dose, and then it's gone back up again. So hopefully I had my phone on silent so it didn't go off. But what I'm going to do is a correction, obviously. And then I haven't actually done any stretching during this meeting yet because I've been concentrating really well all by myself. Well done me. So because I'm high, I'm also going to use this as my stretching during the meeting opportunity when the meeting starts up again, and do a bit of walking and pacing around the room to help with concentration, especially as it's now the second half of the meeting, and also to get that insulin working quicker. So it's recommending, I'm like really tugging on this plug, just over 1 unit of insulin, which I will do now. I think, yeah, one thing I have got down is my post-workout breakfast bolus. Unless I'm low, then I'm still working out like my exact plan for bolusing for breakfast if I'm bolusing after a hypo. Okay, so meeting is finished. It's literally only been an hour since I did that correction dose, and I'm 5.5 then an hour going down. So yeah, doing a small bit of movement, even literally like I didn't even do much movement. I did some stretches. Normally I would like walk on the spot if I was high, but I didn't even do any steps because I couldn't be bothered. And I just stretched, and clearly that insulin kicked in really fast because I was 10 and going up, and now I'm 5 and going down. So lunchtime, if you've seen any of my other vlogs, you know my lunches are normally really boring. I have like rice cakes or something like that. But James actually made a chili, so I'm gonna have some chili on top of some jacket potatoes, just because it's Friday and I deserve a nice lunch. So I'm gonna do my insulin again right before I eat, because I'm going down and I don't want to go low, especially because I do my after lunch walk. I need to make sure I get out on that walk on time and I don't get delayed by a hypo, because I then have a meeting at 2 and one at 2:30, and I need to still do some prep for the one at 2:30. So with that being said, I don't want to go low, basically, is the aim of the game. And I will do whatever insulin my pump says. I will do a 75% up front and 25% extended to account for that walk. Sometimes if I'm on the lower end, I end up having to cancel that 25% extended, and then I have to do it once I've returned from my walk. So we'll see how it goes. I always just scan before I head on my walk and see where I'm at. As you can see, that lunchtime bolus worked really well. Let me just show you. So here was when I had that correction earlier, and then I had my lunch dose when I was out here. It started to drop, so I cancelled the extended part of my bolus and I put on a temporary basal while I went on my walk. I then went on my walk, started to come down a little bit when I was walking, and then while I was nearly home, I scanned to check and I was 8.1. So I then put my basal back on, and the extended bolus that I had cancelled, which was about 1.2 units, I then took that when I'd reached 8.1, walked the last bit home, and now I'm here at 6.1. So it's time for a snack. I've got like 2 hours left of the working day, so I just need to power through to the weekend. I'm having one of these Misfits vegan protein bars. It says on the package that there are 7.7 carbs per bar. I personally, my blood sugar does nothing when I eat these bars. I don't take any insulin with these bars. For some reason, there's just a few foods that my body just doesn't recognise it as carb. I like having this as a snack where I'm a little bit busy. I've just got to finish out the working day. I don't want to think about doses or anything like that. Insulin free, eat on the go. Bish bash bosh. I am buzzing. So this is completely not diabetes related, but I just had to talk about this because it's so cool. So basically, there's this app called Sojo, S-O-J-O. I think it's only available in London at the moment, but I'm not sure, so just double check. Where basically it's like Deliveroo, but for getting your clothes fixed. It's an app where you can log like what your problem, like what you need fixed. And then a courier picks it up and takes it to like a local seamstress or like tailor or whatever to fix it up, and then the courier drops it back again, and there's just like a small delivery fee, and it's actually really, really cheap. So I sent off a bunch of stuff because I have loads of like gym leggings where I always get like a hole in the crotch, or like this the seam comes apart, and I had loads of stuff that needed doing, and I've just got it back, and it was really fast and it was really cheap. So like, let me show you, like these Gymshark leggings. I'm kind of giving up on Gymshark leggings, to be honest. Like, I really love them, but they fall apart all the freaking time. So I had, if you have Gymshark leggings or seamless leggings, you'll probably know the issue when you get like a hole in the crotch, or the stitching comes apart, and you can see that, like, obviously it's never going to look quite good as new, but that's a pretty darn good job of that, like, just sewing that up. So now I've got another usable pair of leggings. I had loads of stuff sent off. I then also did the same on these ones. These are from Tala. And then James had, look, I had so much stuff to send. On James's work trousers, where this seam at the back is, it had completely come apart, like the inner lining and this bit was all just apart. So we had that sewn back together. If I needed some trousers adjusting, just being taken up, and you can either try and pin it yourself, or if you send back a pair of trousers that fits how you like it, that's similar, they will match it. So I have these wide leg black, like, flared trousers that are like that, that I like and that fit me properly. And then I ordered these ones, and they're so long. Like, I'm a tall person and I had to have 6 inches taken off, and I'm 5'8". So I've just had these adjusted at the bottom, and obviously, like, flares, like, they're very flared, like, it's quite tricky to do, I think. So I'm going to try these on at some point, but, like, it's finished so nicely, and I think, like, that alteration was only like a tenner. And then the other thing, I've got 2 more things. So I did so much, so I had, like, this big backlog waiting for me. So I had the same crotch issue on the Gymshark shorts. The last thing was, on these shorts, my zip had broken. So I just asked for a new, where's the zip? Oh, here we go. A new zip, and now it's fixed. Whoop-de-doo. All of that, so that was 3 crotch seam repairs, James's trouser seam, replacing / fixing the zip in my shorts, and shortening my trousers, which is quite a big job, including the delivery of a courier biking to pick it up and drop it off, was about £50, I think, which sounds like a lot, but I think each thing was only like £6. Like, I think the crotch seams were like £6 each, and then the zip was a bit more expensive because obviously you have to pay to have a zip, like the material of the zip. But yeah, I'm buzzing. It was the first time I used the app. I'll definitely be using it again, and I'll just save up all the stuff that breaks. I don't want to buy new clothes for no reason, because 1, I've bought these clothes and I like these clothes. Number 2, it's a waste of money. Number 3, it's a waste of resources and really bad for the planet if you keep buying new clothes. Like, I don't know if you know, I don't buy new clothes anymore. I buy all of my clothes secondhand. So these shorts that I bought these secondhand from a charity shop. These trousers, which are new Zara with the tag on, I got them secondhand on Depop because someone had clearly bought them and didn't want them, I imagine, because they were too long. But then I was like, well, I'll just get them taken up for like £10, and they're really cheap because they're secondhand on Depop. Yeah, if it's possible for you and within your means, try to buy as many things secondhand as possible, because it's so much better for the planet. Obviously, there are a whole lot of caveats to that in terms of accessibility and privilege. Oh my gosh, actually, as well, what's just been delivered, in terms of, so like I said, I buy things secondhand where possible. One thing I don't buy secondhand is swimwear. I'm very fussy about swimwear because I don't feel confident in a lot of things. So there's an amazing brand called Slow Garments, run by Tiff, and I ordered some bikini bottoms. So I already have her bikinis, but they're very like mix and match, so she has like different styles. And I have a pink bikini and a black one from her, and I wanted to try some different styles of the bottoms but in the same colours, so I can mix and match. Okay, I'm just going to show you the bikinis I have already. This is my pile of sharps that I'm building up while I wait for my new sharps box to come through. So I started, my first bikini that I got from Tiff was this black one, so it's just like tie, black top, and then these bottoms, which are, yeah, just like a small like thong type-ish bottoms. And then I have it in pink in the same top, but then the bigger like high-waisted, like super high-waisted style bikini bottoms, and I prefer these ones a lot more to these. I did really like these, like they used to fit really nice, but then I got this one and I loved it so much more. So I wanted to get this but in black so I can mix and match. And then so Tiff's stuff always comes so nicely packaged. So I've got the exact same, as you can see, then briefs in black. So I can now wear my black set with the smaller bottoms or the larger ones. And I can also obviously mix and match black with pink if I wanted to. And then one where it's like a tie up. So you like tie it at your waist. Which means it's really great for like if you put on weight or like lose weight, you can adjust it yourself. And then these bits, you can make them as wide or as narrow as you want at the back. So these all like slide along, so you can have it super wide coverage or narrow coverage, whatever you prefer. But yeah, I thought this would just be really nice because it's more adjustable. And then I can wear this with my pink, so I can wear my pink with my like brief bottoms or with my tie-up bottoms. So yeah, the brand is Slow Garments. She's on Etsy and on Instagram, but I've always loved it. The materials are made out of recycled carpets, I think, to make this really nice material. I can't remember what the material is called, but it's really soft, really nice. And these bikinis make me feel so good. Like this high-waisted like brief one is the first bikini I've actually genuinely really felt very confident wearing. Okay, so dinner time to do the scan. I've got a bad feeling I won't have quite come down from that minor high yet. Basically, it always happens. So I was practicing doing a presentation, and even though I wasn't doing the presentation, this presentation's on Monday, I was doing some run-throughs. Anytime I do that, even just to practice, my blood sugar goes up, and I just completely forgot to account for that. So that's annoying, and it really hurt. I get a headache when I talk for so long. But yeah, okay, so 8.8. We've got lentil curry with rice for dinner. So what I'm going to do, that's a very, very slow release meal. So it's about 65 carbs. I'm probably going to do 50% up front plus obviously the correction. And then the rest of it I'm going to split over 2.5 hours. Normally I would do 1.5. But yeah, it's very slow digest. So we'll do 50% now, 50% over 2.5 hours, and hopefully that plan works. I said lentils were slow release, and they are so slow release that I ended up going low before I went on my walk again, even though I only had 50% of my bolus. So again, I cancelled that rest of my bolus before I went on the walk in the evening, and I ended up having 4 dextrose to help me to get me through the walk. I then did forget to do the second part of my bolus when I got home, so I ended up being 9.7 with a direct arrow up. So I had the rest of that bolus, which was 2.75 units, probably about 20 minutes ago now, and I'm just about ready to have my evening snack, which is going to be some Greek yogurt with chocolate peanut protein powder to make it taste nice, and then some cocoa shreddies on top for a bit of crunch and a bit of carb. So that meal is obviously very high protein and high fat, and it's also the last thing I'm going to eat before I go to bed. So I'm going to have a nice long extended bolus, and I'm also going to make sure that I account for those proteins and those fats in my dose. So I have 15 grams of actual carb. I have 21 grams of fat and 33 grams of protein, and I take 30% of the protein, god this is hard to remember, 40% of the fat, and add that into the carbs, which brings a total of 33.3 grams of carbs. So I'm going to do my scan now and see where we're at. I don't think I will have got back in range yet from forgetting to do that dose. I think what I do in the morning when I have breakfast, and when I split that dose and I rearrange my alarm so that it goes off earlier, is something I need to take into like the rest of the day, like especially in the evening when I have to cancel an extended dose for my walk. I think I should then set my high alarms lower so that I get a reminder earlier on. Cool, again, you can't even see it, 8.8. So luckily didn't go too high, I barely went above 9. So I'm going to do my insulin now. I'm going to do probably a 15-minute pre-bolus, and I'm going to split the dose 50-50 again, and I'm going to have that last 50% go over 2 hours, because even though I'm not walking, the proteins and the fats will make it a really slow digesting meal. And it's likely that also, because the lentils that I had previously were really slow digesting, there's a lot still going on in my stomach at this point. So yeah, that's the plan. 50% now, 50% later, with that 33 grams of carbs, which is also made up of protein and fats. But yeah, I'm gonna make that and I'll show you it when I do make it. But other than that, that is it for today. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope it's been more helpful for you to see like actual techniques and strategies that I've been using now that I found a pump that works for me. Obviously I'm still nailing it down. A few things to tweak and correct. Let me know down below any videos you'd like to see from me, and I will be sure to make those for you. Hopefully one day I'll be testing basal IQ and control IQ if I ever get my hands on a Dexcom prescription. My diabetes nurse did tell me recently that they are reviewing the funding criteria for CGMs, etc. In England, so hopefully maybe I'll hit one of those criteria, we never know. But yeah, that's probably not coming for a long time, but for now I'm really happy on the T-Slim pump. So yeah, I'm gonna have my snack, get myself off to bed, and you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!